on Beyond the Words, we're going to be talking about
traditions.
So let's get to it. Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Lon.
I'm Lisa.
And this is Rufus the Doofus. And we're so glad that you are here. Beyond the Words is a show where we talk about faith, family, and relationships. We give you some insight into our personal story and give you some tips that we have found can help strengthen your relationships. And tonight, we're talking about
traditions in
That's
our
right.
jammies.
In our jammies. Jammies, tradition. What's that all about?
What's that all about, Rufus?
We're going to get into it here in just a minute. But before we do, I just want to remind everybody that if you are watching us, we would invite you, if you haven't already, go over to our YouTube page and click subscribe. That would help us out. Pardon you.
Sorry, guys.
That would help us out tremendously. We'll put a link in the in one of the comments down below after the show is over, and you can go over there, click subscribe. That would help us. Also, if you like what we're doing, click the like button and share this video with all your friends and family. Everybody you know, anybody who you think could really benefit from the things that we talk about.
Anyone who would like to see a dog in jammies.
Yes.
And so I'm curious as to whether or not Lucas is watching or just listening. Because if he's just listening, he's missing Rufus and jammies.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might. He sent us a picture here. Well, you can't see it right there. So he was watching, at least looking at it on his phone. So anyway, we would love to connect with you. So if you want to do that, there's a couple of ways you can do that. The one way would be to just send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. You can email us at lonandlisa@gobeyondthewords.com. That's lonandlisa@gobeyondthewords.com. Shoot us an email. Let us know what you think about our show. If you got any comments or suggestions, maybe a topic that we haven't covered that you'd like for us to talk about. Maybe you've got a question that you want an answer for. We're not professional counselors per se, but we've been through a lot. And who knows, maybe something that we've all experienced, and we can help you out through that.
Yes.
And we would love to do that, because that's really our heart, is to help you strengthen your relationships. Right?
Right.
All right. So without any further ado, we are talking tonight again about traditions. What's up with our
attire?
Our attire.
Yes.
Not tired.
We are attired.
Although we are tired. By the way, I apologize for being late tonight. I had to work a little bit later than expected, and so I rushed home, and then we got in the door, and we're just like, oh my gosh, we got to get ready. So anyway, we're just slightly a little bit late. But anyway, so again, what's the deal with our tired
our tired attire?
Our tires.
So one of our traditions is buying pajama bottoms and wearing those on Christmas morning. I always get the boys jammy jams, and so we thought it would be fun if we bought some for Rufus too. And Rufus hates wearing clothes, and I just love it. And so
you can tell he's bummed out, right, Rufus? Rufus, show your face, buddy. Show your face.
He's just ashamed of himself.
He's like, why do I have to wear this stupid thing?
Yeah, so if you notice, we all match.
Yes, we all match. We all have bears.
Yes, and we are very cute.
And well, you're very cute.
Oh, I think you're.
And you're the
cute.
mama.
Yeah.
I'm the papa.
And he's the little baby. He's a little baby bear.
Right.
So, yes.
Well, the Jammy Jams didn't originate with like you and me. This goes back.
Yes. So when I was little, on Christmas Eve, excuse me, we always got to open one present, and it was always pajamas. And I was always disappointed. So I was like, why is it always pajamas?
Go!
But it was planned that it was always pajamas, so that in the morning we always had new pajamas when we opened gifts.
Okay.
So that was a tradition. So, but now I love it. Now I love the new jams.
The new jams.
The new jams.
I'm looking at the audio. Now go ahead and talk a little bit about...
Now you're making me nervous.
Sorry, I'm trying to... I want to make sure that the audio is right. The audio has been off a little bit for the past few shows, and I'm just figuring out why. And so I know my microphone, I think, is probably a little bit louder now than yours. Let us know in the comment section if you think her microphone needs to come up a little bit. Anyway, it looks like Jennifer's watching and Lucas is watching, obviously. Pat's on. That's awesome. And Avonlea is listening, it looks like. So
very
awesome.
Cool,
very cool. Very cool. Well, since we're talking about traditions, we're going to share some of our traditions, both growing up and traditions that we've started on our own. Mainly because, the holiday season is that season where, you kind of do family traditions.
Right, and we want to know some of yours.
And we'd like to hear some of your traditions, maybe traditions that you've had as a child growing up.
Right.
Or maybe traditions that you've started as an adult. We'd love to hear what some of your traditions are.
Absolutely.
And Jennifer loves our matching pajamas. They're awesome, aren't they? Her idea. Yes, it's all her. And it's cool. So, what are some other traditions?
Oh, you have some great traditions.
I have some pretty good. Well, I have a lot. Not that we were necessarily a traditional family. I mean, we weren't. I wouldn't classify our family as traditional. But okay, so one big thing that was a tradition at Christmas time with our family is that usually on Christmas Eve, we would, Mom would usually read a story to us, and the story was always the same story. It's a story called The Other Wise Man, and I'll try to find a link to it somewhere and post it in the comment section. But it's an awesome story.
It is.
Everybody knows the story about the three wise men in the Bible. But nobody knows the story of the other wise man, and just a fantastic story about how. Well, I'm not going to give it away. I don't want to give it away, but it's basically another wise man that was supposed to go along the journey with the three wise men, but for some reason he got delayed, and he kept getting delayed, and he was trying to catch up to the other wise men. And he never did catch up.
Hey, you said you weren't going to give it away.
Okay. Yes. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. I won't go into any more details.
But then we found the movie.
Oh, we did find a movie. Oh, well, maybe it's on YouTube somewhere.
I think it is. I think
Well,
that's where we
we'll
saw
look it up.
Yeah.
I'll find it and post a link down there.
Yeah.
That's
So,
one of the big.
Sherry wants to know Rufus's traditions too.
Well, yeah. What is Rufus's tradition?
His traditions are, once we start decorating the tree, he likes to go and find all of the things that we've wrapped everything in, and then he goes and tears them all up and eats things until he throws up. He's done that the last few years. So that would be Rufus's tradition, is throwing up.
Yeah. Paper eating.
Yeah.
That's a big tradition of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he's already licking his lips there.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I love eating things till I throw up.
So, oh, hey, Jason's watching. I know.
See, I'm not afraid of Chris Farley, so.
Yes, that's an inside joke for everybody watching. Why, in your opinion, are traditions a good thing?
Because it grounds you. And it's good to be grounded.
It's good to be grounded. Yeah.
And it brings back those fond memories.
It's something that allows you to cherish not necessarily the activity itself,
right?
But it creates a bond between you and the person that you have the tradition, or the people that you have
right.
the tradition with.
Right.
There is a danger, though, in having traditions, because and you find this a lot, I think, in churches a lot, is that you get almost legalistic.
Right.
So
right.
there is the danger of getting too legalistic about the traditions, so stuck in the rut that you can't see, outside of the box, or
right.
outside of the tradition. So there is that danger. Mm-hmm. So I would just say be careful of that.
Yeah.
But usually it's a good thing. Mm-hmm. It's you create some fond memories. Right. I certainly have a lot of fond memories, especially mm-hmm. growing up. One that my dad kind of passed on to me, and we kind of do this little thing, in our marriage. The hand squeeze.
Okay.
It's nothing bad. We are married, I mean, we can do stuff, but we can do stuff.
My kids are watching.
Yes. So one thing that my dad passed on to me when I was a kid, he would hold my hand. We'd be going places and stuff, and I'd hold his hand, and he would occasionally squeeze my hand 3 times, which meant I love you. 3 squeezes, I love you, and then I would squeeze I love you too, or I love you, and squeeze 3 or 4 times to say that back to him. And so it was just it wasn't spoken thing. It was just a small little thing that kind of carried on, and that always stuck in my head. That was really, really important to me. Mm-hmm. And so that's something that you and I do, because it doesn't take any words.
Right.
It's just a
yeah,
a nice little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I always thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it being Christmas time, let us know, what are some of your holiday traditions? Mm-hmm. Maybe they're not holiday traditions. Maybe some of them are holiday. Some of them might be just childhood traditions, things that that connect you to other people. Mm-hmm. Let us know in the comment section. Let us know what some of yours are. What are some of your other traditions?
Well, we have our Gatlinburg tradition of getting the ornaments.
Oh, yeah. Right, you want to tell the story?
We go to Gatlinburg and get an ornament.
Well,
I'm the worst, I'm sorry. So
expound a little bit.
It started when we were just dating.
Right.
And we got a little ornament that had our names on it. And then the next year... You really started the tradition. I did.
It wasn't even a thing for me, but it has become a thing for us.
Right. So, the first year... I think it was, the first year we were dating, which is kind of creepy on my behalf. Sorry, I'm a creeper.
Well, we had dated... Well, by the time Christmas rolled around, we were... Because we met each other in June.
Yeah.
And so that's a good 6 months or so.
Yeah.
We were already fairly serious.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I got an ornament that had our names on it. And then the next year.
And the year.
Right. And the year.
And the year.
And then the next year we got one that had our names on it. And then the next year we got one that had our names on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got married, we got one that had our names and then all the kids.
Right. We got 2. We began getting 2.
Right.
I believe after we got married, it was 1 just for you and I, and then 1 with us and the kids.
Right.
So you get some of them will be bears or penguins and I meant to grab one of them before the show, but we didn't have time. So,
but then when Madison and Ethan got married, we put Ethan on there too, which was really cool. Mm-hmm. So.
Yep. So it's all of our family, and it's a good tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Rufus is on there too.
Yep. Rufus is on there too.
We should put Ted on there. Why isn't Ted on there? Oh, poor Ted.
Because they don't make one with 2 doggies.
I know. That's sad. This is trying to get out of his jams.
Maybe we could make a special request.
Yeah. So, Jason has one.
Okay. So, Jason Walters has one. He says, as a kid, went to dinner every Christmas Eve, during which time Santa would visit and would open all of our gifts Christmas Eve now. Oh, maybe there's another one. But, yes. So, that's cool. That's a great tradition.
So Santa would visit while they were out to dinner. So do you still do that with your kids?
So that's the question. Maybe that's something that you carry on. Lucas says he needs a really good Christmas idea for Christmas being married. Yeah, so this is his first year. His first year being married.
Right. So I love the ornaments. Those are really neat.
Right. The ornaments are really cool and neat. Mm-hmm. The other thing too is I would suggest if you want something that's family oriented, a tradition, get your wife's input.
Oh.
And
right.
Yeah, and get your wife's input, and the 2 of you come up with something that's special that means something to both of you together. And then, of course, you guys have a family now,
right?
Because there's other kids already in the picture. So you could. I mean, we've done the whole Christmas ornaments with all the kids. Maybe that's something you could do. Or maybe it's something special that you do on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning.
Right.
Maybe just something. Maybe you dress up as Santa Claus or something, and you come in and surprise everybody that you're, and the kids don't know it's you. You've got the, I mean, go.
Or maybe Santa comes to your house.
Or that's another good one. I know of some families that have done that too. They've gotten grandpa or some friend of theirs.
Santa comes to your house.
Yeah.
In case somebody's there with you, Santa could come to your house.
Right. Yes. Okay. Oh, so this is the rest of Jason's post. Now, as a parent, we have our kids open 1 gift on Christmas Eve. It's always a new pair of Christmas winter PJs. Yeah, that's a carryover from. Yeah. So that's kind of what we do that. It's really cool. The other thing my mom would do at Christmas Eve is bake the homemade. She would bake homemade sugar cookies, and they were awesome. These weren't store bought.
Hey, we always buy this. Oops, sorry. Look, I got angry. I'm breaking stuff.
Throwing stuff.
We do the slice and bake cookies.
Yeah.
On Christmas Eve when we're doing the tree, we always do the slice and bake cookies.
And don't forget about the orange cinnamon rolls.
Yes.
Is it orange flavored?
Yeah,
it's like orange flavored
rolls.
Orange rolls. Yeah, so those are really, really good.
But that's like a Ryan thing. I don't know why he has to have those, but he insists on slice and bake cookies.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
he prefers those to. I don't know. It's like the decoration thing. This year it's the elf ones.
The elf. Oh, yeah, the elf cookies.
Yeah, they're already in the fridge.
Yeah, yeah. So we're prepared.
Yes.
So when I was a kid, of course, we lived in the same town as both sets of grandparents. We were all together in the same town, and so Christmas Eve was always. Was it Christmas? I can't remember if it was Christmas Eve, or if it was like the week of Christmas, before Christmas, when the television network would put out all of the cartoons.
Yeah, it was usually the week before Christmas.
And so, you'd see, we would see all on the same night. We would get our popcorn and our sugar cookies ready or whatever, and we would watch Frosty the Snowman, the Peanuts, Christmas Charlie Brown. What was it called? Is it Merry Christmas Charlie? Merry Christmas Charlie Brown. And he would go out and buy the little twig of a thing or whatever, Christmas tree. So it was the Peanuts, Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. What was the other one?
The Year Without a Christmas?
I don't remember that one.
Wasn't that one?
I don't remember that one. They always did too, the Christmas. Then there was Red Ryder BB gun.
A Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story, yes. A Christmas. So they would do that. I wasn't a huge fan of that. I know, sacrilege, right? I wasn't a huge fan. As a kid, I wasn't. As an adult, man. It's
Madison
grown on me.
and I watched that for 24 hours.
No way, kid! You'll poke your eye. You'll shoot your eye. You shoot your eye out
when he gets kicked down the slide.
Yes.
Oh, that's the best.
Ho, ho, ho!
It's the best.
Yes, that was awesome. Yeah, so we do that, and then on Christmas Eve, Mom and Dad would let us open one gift.
Mm-hmm. Was it jams?
No, it wasn't jams. It wasn't jams.
Your parents are the best.
Yeah, no, it was, but it wasn't something big. Like it wouldn't be the big thing or whatever it was. Most of the time for me, it was Lego or something Star Wars or something. And then on Christmas morning, we would get up and open up all of our gifts and things, and then we'd have lunch over at my mom and my dad's mom and dad. So my grandma and granddad on my dad's side, we'd have lunch with them, open up gifts there, and then pack up and then go over to my mom's family and visit with them for the evening dinner. That's usually the way it worked.
Right.
And there was always a ton of family. People would come in, my aunts, uncles, everybody would come in. And it was a huge, huge ordeal. So, well, not an ordeal. It was just a big event. It was a big event. Jason said, I tried showing the kids A Christmas Story for the first time a couple of days ago, and they decided that all the characters were mean.
No. Even the kid with his tongue stuck? That's awesome.
Lucas says his parents made his sister and him eat breakfast before we could even see the tree on Christmas morning.
I think that's child abuse.
Is it?
Yes, that's the worst. You had to eat breakfast.
You have to eat breakfast before you even.
I would have died.
Oh no, we never had to do that. Thank goodness.
That's the worst.
But yeah.
Goodness, I would have died.
But there was always,
not to be dramatic, but I would have died.
There was always hot chocolate or something, we would sip on or something while we opened gifts and stuff.
Don't make your kids eat breakfast first. Come on, people. Is your mom watching, Lucas?
I think she might be.
She should be watching.
Yeah, she was.
How can you do that? I bet she doesn't make her grandkids.
Who knows?
Does she make Hunter eat breakfast first?
Anyway, so that's some of our traditions. What are some other ones maybe that you've got? You got any other traditions?
I'm trying to think, what else? What other traditions do we have?
Rufus,
What traditions do you like? He just likes to eat stuff.
he wants to eat a cookie.
He's had so many cookies today. We were showing off this evening.
Oh man.
So he had 3 cookies. So
Oh, Jennifer has a comment. Hannah always puts the tree topper on, and Reese always turns the tree on for the first time. That's a good tradition.
That's neat.
That's awesome. That's an awesome tradition.
Lucas, so you make Hunter eat breakfast? Oh, see, that's funny.
Well, see, it's a carryover.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He was that way when he was a kid. That was his tradition, and then he's carrying on the tradition.
That's great.
What does Jason say?
Oh,
Reindeer
that's
poop.
fantastic.
Hey, that's convincing too, isn't it?
That's great. There's reindeer poop
What is
in
that?
the hallways.
What is that?
That's great.
Oh, so the other thing that was really, really big when I was a kid on Christmas Eve, like, I'm sure they did it in other towns too, but in South Carolina where we were, one of the, maybe both of the TV stations there, because we didn't have cable or anything, you know, it was only 3 TV stations in the public network, but the news would come on, and they would have Santa Tracker.
Right.
Yes. And the weather guy would come on, and he'd give the weather, and he'd be like, "Okay, and now Santa's flying over New York City right now, and he's coming out," you know, and it'd be this big thing, you know, and we'd sit there and watch the news, and then finally about I don't know, 10 o'clock, maybe not even that late. Maybe it was 9:30 or something. Mom and Dad would be like, "Okay, well, you better get into bed, you know, because Santa's going to be here any minute, and he won't come if you're not in bed." And so, of course, we'd have to get in bed, and I could never sleep. I'd be like, "Come on, go to sleep, go to sleep."
You're going to ruin everything.
Yes, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Lucas loved waiting for Santa. It freaks him out, I'm sure.
Yeah,
it freaks him out.
Fantastic. But see, I wouldn't even eat off the floor, so that would just freak me out.
Oh, I would.
You would.
I would.
But see, now you have to fight the dog for it, Jason. Chasing after the dog.
Yeah, we'd put it down, and Doofus here would go over and eat them all up.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Absolutely. Anyway, well, that's just a little bit of insight into our own personal stories. You know, nothing big and fancy planned for tonight. We just wanted to kind of share, since we are kind of getting into that season of Christmas and the holidays. And Advent is coming up. We also, excuse me. And so we wanted to share a little bit about our own experiences.
And we wanted you guys to share with us, so thank you for doing that with us.
And yeah, absolutely. It has been a privilege to hear from you guys, some of your fantastic traditions.
Yes.
Like Lucas, if you're just newly married, maybe this is your first Christmas, we encourage you to get together with your spouse and talk about what traditions you'd like to set up for your family.
And take lots of pictures.
Take lots of pictures, because it's about memories being made.
Yes.
Also, I would also throw out there is, because, you know, when you get married, both parties have a different completely different experience
Right.
As a child growing up, and those traditions are completely different. So don't be married to a certain tradition to such a degree that it becomes a sour point in your relationship.
Right.
You know, find something that you both can
Yes.
you know, put together.
Don't make her eat breakfast if she doesn't want to. Let her open her presents.
Right, you know, I mean, do a few things. You know, this is a great opportunity for give and take.
Right.
You know, because you're creating your own thing, your own set of traditions that you'll carry on going forward for years to come, and then your kids will look back and say, "Hey, this is what our family did," you know, and it's great, and absolutely. So. Thanks again for watching our show tonight and for tuning in at such a late hour
and for participating.
You guys, it's awesome to have you guys participate.
You all get a medal
Yes.
for participation.
If I could send it all through the email, that would be great. I could do that. But anyway, that does it for our show tonight. Should I sing?
Yes, absolutely.
Should I sing?
You should sing.
What am I singing? What am I singing?
Sing a jammy song. Sing Bananas in Pajamas.
I don't remember how that goes. Bananas in pajamas. I don't remember how it goes. I know the show though. Bananas in Pajamas.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, I'll do our normal closeout, and then I'll maybe sing some Christmas songs next week.
Fantastic.
How about that?
How about them apples?
How about them candied apples? May tomorrow be a perfect day. May you find love and laughter along the way.
Keep going.
May God keep you in His tender care till He brings us together again. Good night, everybody.